Good morning, my name's Sean. I'm married to Gabby, the new curate at St Matthew's. And the story I want to share with you this morning is from John chapter 21. After Jesus rose from the dead, even though that was such a wonderful, exciting thing, some of his friends actually felt a little bit bewildered and they didn't quite know what to do with themselves, especially Peter. Peter had let Jesus down in a big way. Just before Jesus had died, several people had said to Peter, "Oh, you're a friend of Jesus, aren't you?" And each time Peter had very strongly denied it and said, "No, I don't know him. He's nothing to do with me." So Peter really knew that he had let Jesus down and he probably felt like a bit of a failure. I wonder if you know what it's like to feel like a failure. I wonder if you know what it's like to feel that you've let God down or let people down. We often can feel bad, even about feeling bad. And the devil likes to make us feel bad about the mistakes that we've made. But in fact, when we let God down, when we've made mistakes, when we've failed, that is not a problem. That is just the point when God can really start to help us, because it's when we realize that we need Jesus's help that he will actually help us and can help us. So Peter said in a bit of a disappointed way, "Well, I'm going to go fishing." And his friends say, "Well, we're going to go with you." So they go fishing, and the thing is, they're not even any good at that. They try and catch fish and they fail. They don't even catch any fish all night long. In the morning, though, someone is waiting for them on the bank of the lake where they've been fishing, and it's Jesus. And he says, "Oh, have you caught any fish?" He rubs it in a little bit, and they say, "Oh, no, we haven't even caught any fish." So he says, "Throw your net on the other side," which they do, and they haul in more fish than they can carry. It's actually not even able to bring in the net. And so Peter realizes it's Jesus. And it says in verse 7, when Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his outer garment, for he was stripped for work, and threw himself into the sea. Now, only Peter would put on more clothes in order to go swimming. Most of us take off some clothes when we're getting ready to go swimming, but Peter actually puts some more on. It's just the kind of guy he is. And he swims back to Jesus, leaving the others to do the work of bringing in the fish. And when they get to the shore, it's amazing what Jesus has done for them. He's made them breakfast. They bring in all these fish, and Jesus says, "Bring some fish." But in fact, there's a charcoal fire with some bread and some fish cooking. And so I have made this morning one of my favourite haute cuisine things to eat, and it is fish finger sandwiches. And because that was the meal that Jesus made his friends that day. So the proper way to make fish finger sandwiches is you have some really nice bread, and then you cook your fish fingers and you put them on top. Now, it's very important to get the sauces right. And I like mayonnaise. My kids always tell me off for making mayonnaise, adding mayonnaise to anything. And I like a nice dose of ketchup as well. And then my fish finger sandwich is pretty much complete. There you see, it's a work of art, and it's, maybe that gives you a few ideas for your Sunday lunch today. So I'm going to have that later. Jesus made them fish finger sandwiches and this charcoal fire. Now, the charcoal fire is quite an important detail, because the last time there was a charcoal fire was when Peter had been denying that he knew Jesus. So Jesus is reminding Peter about that moment. And he's kind of saying to him, "It's all right. I still love you. You're still my friend. I've even made you breakfast." What kindness and what tenderness of Jesus. The Lord of the universe, risen from the dead, makes his friends breakfast. And just after breakfast, Jesus says to Peter, "Peter, do you love me?" We feel like such failures so often, don't we? We make mistakes, we do things wrong. And like I said before, Jesus isn't bothered by that. In fact, that's when he knows that he can start to help us. That's when he wants to do something nice for us, like make us breakfast. And what Jesus really wants from us is not for us to be clever or successful and to get things right. What Jesus says to Peter and what he says to us today is, "Do you love me?" So ask yourself this morning, do you love Jesus? That is what Jesus really wants from you. And celebrate, I'm going to enjoy my sandwich. God bless everyone.